Okay, get the leg loops on. So for this X Factor, make sure the leg loops are pulled out away from the shoulders as far as possible to make room for the C7 joint. So ladies, I start out with the leg loops below my boobs. Okay? So I'm leaning back the whole time. The only way this works is if you lean back. If you sit up into it, it's going to slide up. So if I started out with it really low, it seems to feel a little bit better. You see what I mean? Yes. Get it down over there, yonder. Okay, so I'm going to start out with them really low, like on my rib cage. Okay, good. Then I get the outer leg loop onto the shoulder, and then they're a little bit more spacious. Okay, does that feel good?
Uh-huh.
Everybody all right? Okay, cool. Press the swing down to the knees and lean back. So try a little fishtail motion from side to side. Beautiful. Okay, great. So of course we can do a very long sequencing here for the Therapeutix. So we can drop the hips and then raise them back up and do some undulations like that. Just practice working on how much pressure we're applying to the tops of the shoulders. And then when we're ready, we're going to pull the swing up above our butt. The feet come down for a moment, touch down. And then it's a really strong press away, straight arm press, kick up. You have to use your core to wrap your legs around. It's sometimes a little challenging to do. Feet together, knees wide. Let's try our chillaxin arms. Tuck in. I call it love bug when we roll up into like a little ball. Like those little bugs that curl up and they're
roly polies.
Yeah. The little love bug thing going. And then arch, press, head points down towards the ground. Yeah, isn't it nice to see each other when we're upside down? It's handy. So, Selena, even more, I want you to pull these apart, even more, so that C7 joint is freed up. Good.
Is that better?
Well, you tell me.
Feels better.
Yeah. Isn't it nice to have the leg loops lower here across the rib cage too? Yep. Just gives a little bit more space. Like, my boobs in? Okay, good. So, just making sure we're all good. Selena's like, She's like, I don't mind videoing me. Okay, drop the hips, extend the legs. Okay, legs are as straight as possible. Reach up for the outer leg loop. Pull onto that place where the fabric meets the webbing, which I call the nub, and then what we're doing is we're placing the leg loops. Arch, 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 even more. Big arch. Yeah, from this position, then the arms can come down. So I keep pressing my hips forward a lot. So it's okay to relax, but pressing your hips forward is what intensifies the squeeze here. So everybody's neck and shoulders feel good? Like if there's any pain for a person, specifically with the C7 joint, then we immediately come down. I like twisting, so I'm looking over my shoulder. And when I look over my shoulder, the opposite hip presses forward. Press even more, Shanti. Press the hips forward. Okay. There you go. So you'll get a twist. Nice. Just play with it a little bit. That's it. So this is where we could actually come in and do some YOGASSAGE, where you're pulling and letting there be an extension, which is really intense. It feels really good. So there's lots of different variations. Because the leg loops are crossed, they're not going to come off the arms, so it's okay to, usually we wouldn't raise our arms up, but this position, it's okay to move the arms. Very good. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and drop our hips like we're coming into love bug. Let's take a moment to, let's bend the knees, bend the elbows, interlace the fingers. Let's rotate from side to side here. So just notice what happens. So Shanti, you don't have to keep the feet together for this. Look at me for a second. When I twist, the feet are going to come apart. Okay? You can get a deeper twist that way. So these are just extra details that I find are really helpful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to the outer leg loop. Can you guys see me? Pull it apart so it's going to slide off the shoulders and then onto the waist. Yes. So it's like a double hook here. And now once I have this shimmied around my waist, I can bring my feet into the wide straddle. Notice I'm going to keep that nice L shape, right? So they're not pointing towards the sky. And curl. Now we can do all of our inversions from here. Neck stretches, shoulder stretches, leg stretches, right? So we want to be able to do all of those stretches we learned today from X Factor. So we can do the whole sequencing we learned today. The squeeze, which is just insane. Little, they call it a thigh master. And then we can come into the bow and arrow. And then we can come into revolver if we want. Remember? And we hold on to the foot, one hand or both hands. Just do one hand today so we don't get crazy. Focusing on the Therapeutix, right? We don't take it to the edge. We just stretch about 75% instead of going over so there's no contraction. Right? Just like we did upright. Awesome. To come out of it, we reach up and we grab for the swing if we can. It doesn't matter if you grab for the leg loops. Just try for the swing. Balance, scissor kick down. Unfurl. So you can stay seated or try to thread through to come out. And then just notice what's different in the neck and shoulders. Notice how intense that is.